Well, hello everybody. This is Mike Molesky in another version of Midfield Madness, the replay broadcast that concentrates on eSeniors Group 2 and Group 3 drivers. And today we are at Donington Park for a GT4 race. So today will be mostly a Group 2 broadcast because there's only two Group 3 drivers in the race today, that being Benny Homestead, who qualified 18th, and he's in 5th place in Group 3. And myself, Mike Molesky, I qualified last, but I'm first in the standings. I think that's more just because I've gotten more races in. In Group 2, top qualifier is Johan, I think it's Johan, that's how I'm going to pronounce it for the day, Johan Larsson from, is he Sweden? Yes, Sweden. He qualified 7th, and he's in 1st place in the Group 2 standings. 9th in qualification, Andrew Ambro. He's in 9th place in the standings also. Lee Ellis is 11th. He's 16th in the standings. Don Queen qualified 14th. He's 13th in the standings. Jeremy had a bit of a bad day. He qualified 17th, but he's 3rd in the standings. And a new old driver. I remember racing with Richard Coulombe last year. He does not have a race in GT4, and I believe he's starting up again. He qualified 19th. And in 21st, we have Hugh Caballero in the Chevy Camaro. He's been raced. He's one of the only guys who races that. He's in 5th place in the GT4 standings. So I'm going to get started here. It's very difficult. No, let's just get going here. And let's get the start going. I'm finding it really tough to keep track of everybody in this replay mode because the intervals do not update until you get to one of the segment timing points. So I'm going to start off with about who's the top guy. Johan. Let's see his start. Johan's in Porsche. He's probably in that. Before he's in that yellow Porsche. Yellow and pink. Nope, that is not. No, that is not yellow Porsche. Okay, so anyway, it's Johan. So his start, because he's the top qualifier. Just behind him, I think in that two behind him is Andrew Ambro. That's pretty clean. Let's go back a little bit. Let's find somebody else. Let's do Jeremy. It's pretty clean in this area also. Okay, so the start was pretty clean. Just stick with you for a while as a bit wide and breathe through. 337, sorry, that's Lee Ellis, he's one of our guys. Lee dropped a few places there with that wide move. Oh, there's a bit of a tap. Hugh, I wonder if he got a track cut there. He's being gentlemanly and going back in a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go up with Lee here. He escaped well, let's stick maybe with Jeremy's back here in the pack. We're going to go to a driver view of Jeremy. A little bit of paint trading going on there. Everybody seems to have gotten through it. There's one car missing. I omitted Richard McKay, and I believe Richard is in Group 2. Richard, I'll be following you to it. Sorry I missed you in the lineup. Jeremy's behind a Mercedes here. Mercedes is Christian Hort, and ahead of him is Benny Homestead, who qualified 18th, now in 14th. Jeremy qualified in 17th. He's now sitting in 16th. So Benny got a good run here at some point. Maybe I'll back up here just to give Benny some time since he jumped up in the standing. Let's see how his start went. Now go back to about here. Hit Benny. Go to overhead view. And Benny is in 15th at this point, so let's go back a little bit more. Since Benny qualified 18th. And there he's in 16th, 16th, 18th. Let's watch his start, and we'll go back to his point of view, his start. Hill here. There's one guy just probably outbroke somebody and just didn't want to hit him, so he went off to the side. Ahead of Benny here. Whoa, there's where Hugh, I think, went through. So Benny's another spot there. Then he got Lee Ellis through quickly. Let's take a look at that for a second, see how that transpired in an overhead view. Let's go back 5 seconds since Lee is one of our guys. And I will go into Lee's driver view. Oh, he's got that big, huge post. So I'll stay up on this side. Go back another 5 seconds. So let's see how Lee got the better of Benny. Right there, basically. He's in car 337. But I'll go back to where we were before. It's pretty hard to catch all the action here for a group of 2 and 3 guys because we're still in the midst here where everybody's together. So I'm going to go back to Hugh. He's kind of our tail end group 2 guy. Richard's ahead of him, it seems to show. There's Richard. I think that is Richard. And 16 is, yeah, it is Richard, sorry. So that's Richard. Lots of action here at this point. We have to keep track of who all the cars are. That is definitely Hugh. Behind him is Richard. Behind him is John Collins. So this is Richard is our tail end guy now in terms of people we're focusing on. Richard, Hugh, Richard and Jeremy are having a fairly good battle. Maybe we'll watch this one for a while. Richard is a unclassified guy, but he's battling with our favorite administrator, Jeremy. And Jeremy, he is right behind Benny. So this is definitely a race within a race here. Benny's in group 3. Jeremy's in group 2, and Richard is probably also in group 2. And we'll follow these guys for a little bit. The guy out in the distance there ahead of Benny is Terry Trowbridge, I believe. That's group 1. Up at the top here, we will jump a little bit here because Andrew and just have a pass here. Did. So let's go back here, stop, and sorry, pause. Go back a few spots here because it looked like someone passed. There we go. This is where we are. There's quite a battle going on here between Andrew and Johan, so let's pick up that action. Let's see what happens. Pressuring Johan quite a bit. Take a little peek here. Backed off. Andrew did feel pressured because he went a little bit wide. Or Johan, sorry. And pressured by Andrew. And Andrew is really trying hard. Seems to feel he has a little momentum going. He's backing off into the chicane. So Johan hit that curve. That curve unbalanced him a little bit. So he's going to try and hold on to everything in that corner. It's back up 5 seconds here. Look at the Cinecam view, so it turned out. Johan's second, the tail end guy here, who just got passed by Andrew. So as we all know, when you get passed, sometimes you get a little over anxious to make up your spot. Let's see if Johan can keep his rhythm going here and not overcook something. Yeah, he's doing okay now. I know he's upset about losing the spot. As Johan, as you know, qualified in 7th and Andrew qualified in 9th, so he's made up a couple of spots. Let's go driver view. This looks a little bit more exciting from the driver view. A little close on that corner. On Johan, get too frustrated, keep things in perspective. Long race ahead of you yet. We're only in lap 4.5. Then again, he did qualify ahead of Andrew, so he should have a little bit better pace. Looking down the line here, Jeremy and Benny are in a bit of a battle. Followed by Hugh. Jeremy in the BMW, and Benny's in a Porsche. I always loved watching BMW and Porsche battles, since I'm a BMW guy, just like Jeremy. He's stuck with the BMW and GT4. I switched over to the Mercedes. I'm not sure I made the right choice. Oh, Benny slid a little bit there, so did Jeremy. Top here, Johan and Amber are still going at it. These two. Charles Coulomb is up there close with his pack. Jeremy and Hugh and Benny. Let's watch this battle for a few more seconds. Everybody else in our focus group is a little bit spread out, so let's watch this battle for a while. Watch a couple of corners and see how they do, and then we'll switch back to the whoa. Johan doesn't seem to have a bit better pace, but just not getting by Andrew. Andrew's not making too many mistakes. If he does, Johan doesn't seem to be in the right place. There we go. Switch to the overhead view. We're going to get this sticking. Neck and neck again. There we go. Johan did get the better of him. Sorry. Yes, he did. So Johan is going to be the guy ahead. Let's go back to our battle here between sorry, Jeremy. Jeremy and Benny. Two closest battles. Oh, Benny was slid. Oh, he's really sliding in that Porsche. Controlled slides. Didn't seem to be losing it. BMW's a bit sure on its feet, but he seems to be able to control that Porsche very well. Oh, he took a curve. That's gonna let Jeremy take over. Let's see if he's gonna get it to stick. Yes, he is. Just that curb unsettled the Porsche a little bit, and Jeremy was able to take advantage of it. Way to go, Jeremy. A whole bunch of things happening ahead of them, but Benny, are you gonna hang in there? Watch it from your point of view. Benny's hanging with it. Hang together here, Benny. Passed by another merch in the white BMW. Again. Oh, all sorts of things happening here. Jeremy went a little bit wide, see if he's going to hang together with merch up his tail. And Benny, after getting past, sometimes you get, again, like I say, you get out of sync a little bit, and you get a little over anxious. Battle here, Merchant and Jeremy, two BMWs. Which is a Group 1 guy, but Jeremy is no slouch in his BMW. Right up his ass. Took that corner sharply, took out the two little pylons. Jeremy's pretty cool. Doesn't get too rattled by guys being behind us. Being behind him, I should say. Fallen a bit behind in this two groups, so we'll stick with this battle. See how Jeremy does under pressure. That looks like Merch got him here. Oops, sorry. They're neck and neck. Let's back up this one a little bit here. This is where Merch passes. How does he do it? Really up his tail, just pure momentum. Now they're neck and neck for a while, giving each other lots of space, that's for sure. And looks like Jeremy backs off a little bit, understanding that Merch is a bit faster driver and doesn't want to get involved in too much of a battle there. Well, let's go back to see some of our other boys are doing. Ooh. What did we miss here? Johan and Andrew are way back in the pack here. I'm going to back up and see what these two boys... oh, here's the beginning of it. All right, let's just pause here for a second. And who's that behind? That's Johan, and they're in 7th place at this point. Let's back up another 5 seconds. And... I'll use the driver view and let's catch on. We're on board with Johan, and that's Andrew off to the side, and they're battling side by side. Andrew's the one ahead. Somewhere along the lines here, this battle costs them both, so let's just follow it for a bit. Johan, the two of them are, oh, it's just a little bit of, I missed that. I was looking away, so it looks like a little bit of a bump, and you get some synchronized sliding, and yeah, they're going to be off track, and they're going to have to lose a lot of places that way. Okay, so that's where they lost all this time. We'll jump back ahead to where we were. Jeremy, where we were with Jeremy and Merch. I'll call it live action at this point, but now we have a group of all Group 3 and 2 drivers. Hugh and Richard, all of this whole group is quite close together. Jeremy, Johan, and Andrew. So we're all now in the same area here in terms of a bunch of Group 2 and Group 3 drivers. The car behind, go to the driver view. This is Johan, Andrew ahead of him. Back to the same battle again, but now we're doing it for 16th and 15th place. Not very far behind is Benny, and not very far behind him is Richard. Dome. Richard McKay is a bit further behind that, not by very much. So let's stick with Richard here, watch what happens, and then one more. I'll just flip between these. So there's some very close driving, Johan and Andrew. Andrew, I should say. You guys been battling it all race. Close, nobody touches. Good through that. And he's still a little bit behind these two, but the big, very close battle is between Johan and Andrew. Andrew's a bit hampered by the two guys ahead of him, however. Let's see how Jeremy's doing. He's getting pressured by Mr. Hutchison here, but he's doing very well in 12th place. Johan and Andrew are battling out. Everybody else is stretching out a little bit. Let's stick with these. Whoa! Johan tried the outside route, didn't stick it. But he's sure trying everything on Andrew here. Andrew's got to get by these two guys to get back into a race with Johan. Johan better maybe should just sitting back here waiting till Andrew either gets ahead of these guys or it gets into an issue. There he's got one. He's got the Audi. He's going to make it stick. No, he doesn't. Watch the overhead view here for a bit. He's going to try again the inside on the Audi. Can't make it stick. And Johan tried the outside on Andrew. Couldn't get that to stick out. Johan had the inside on him there, but just didn't quite have enough momentum to get by Andrew. He's definitely got a little bit more speed, it seems. But he just can't get it to stick in that Aston Martin. And then he's just in the background there, just biding his time. Still a very good race. These four drivers are very well matched and each having a hard time getting by each other. Then he's caught up to the tail end of this. Right behind him is Richard Coulomb. So we're going to have a complete Group 2 and Group 3 battle going. Oh! Hutchison. Audi goes. Jeremy. Oh, Jeremy ended up losing a few spots here. Is that Jeremy I see in the battle? Yes, he is. Well, let's hold on here. Let's see what happened to Jeremy. Pause this. Find Jeremy a little while before. So Jeremy was in a battle with Mr. Hutchison, who was in an Audi. Back up a little bit more. Okay. I guess just the Ambro group just caught up with Jeremy. So that's the front runner here. So maybe I'll go back then. The Audi passes Jeremy. Jeremy sticks it, keeps it going. Let's see what happens here. The Audi gets more momentum. Jeremy's on the outside, and I believe that's Andrew. 3 wide. Andrew gets the inside on Jeremy, but Jeremy keeps it going. So Jeremy has joined this train of Group 2 and Group 3 guys. Mr. Hutchison, although he's ahead, was behind Jeremy for a while. He's got ahead and see if he's been able to, if he's going to hold up everybody here in this point. So we got a group of 5. Oh, hang on there. Hang on, Andrew. Don't get too spicy on Jeremy there. He is the administrator. He has power over you. Nice little group here. Wobbly cars. Let's follow Andrew here. So we're on board with Andrew Amro, and that's Jeremy on the left. BMW's got a little bit more oomph than the Aston Martin. Ooh, nice corner there, but the BMW's got power on the straight. Try the inside. Ooh, let's take a view there. Back up a few seconds. So Andrew got the inside line. They did not touch. And Jeremy gave him way too much respect. Or I guess he had to. He had the wide view. So let's see if Jeremy catches up in the next few corners. There's a car behind Jeremy. It looks like in our crowd. That's the shot. Shot is in. Okay, so we've got Andrew, Jeremy, Michel Couron, Benny, and not too far behind, Richard. Hugh is quite a bit behind, so we'll leave him out of the picture for now, but there's another group of us Midfield boys. So let's see who's got the closest battle here. We got Richard on Andrew, or on Jeremy, I should say. That's kind of the closest one at this point. Let's get on board with Richard. I believe Richard is a French Canadian. Let's see the battle of the 2 French Canadians here for a bit. I haven't been following. I'm going to look up the leaderboard here. Let's see who our leading midfielder is. I believe it's Don Queen. Don Queen is in 8th place. Lee Ellis is in 11th place. But he's not. Those battles are not close. Very respectable positioning for those 2 fellas. Next is going to be Andrew Ambro in 13th place. He's catching up. He's battling a bit with, well, these are the 2 guys you're watching ahead of Jeremy, who's far right ahead of Richard, is Andrew, who's battling with Mr. Hutchinson in the Audi. We'll watch that a little bit. Richard is falling behind a little bit for this group. But Benny is hot on Richard's tail. Who is that Mercedes? That's Christian Holdada. Pick one of those Group 1 guys out of this picture here. He's got in between Richard and Benny here. Notice how that Mercedes, which was what I was racing way back there in 21st place, I just couldn't keep it on that corner. You see Benny just took him easily on that straight, so boom. Let's take a quick peek at that little pass from an overhead view. It's Benny on the Mercedes. I was having a hard time keeping pace with the Mercedes. Benny overcooked a little bit in the chicane there. Let's go back to the shot of Jeremy battle. An eye on how Benny's doing on that one on the shot. Jeremy's staying quite a bit ahead here. Let's maybe jump ahead and give Lee some airtime here. He's not that far behind a couple of Group 3 drivers. So here's a Janetta Porsche battle. Don up ahead is in another Janetta. Oh. That's BMW. Certainly not. I don't see any BMWs up ahead. Maybe that was. Oh, it must be one of the back markers. Are we that far ahead? It's behind. Yes, it is. It's a back marker. That was passed there by Lee, or Lee passed. Well, he's lost a little bit of ground here on Eric, or I'm sorry, on Terry. And Don is doing fine, but a little bit missed an Emmett. Let's go back to our battles down here. Let's see what we're doing. I think the Shaw is still the closest. Shot on Jeremy or the closest battle. And that is Andrew up ahead, still hanging in there with the Audi. He's got the pace to get by him. Certainly does. Pulling up in a wide turn. Shaw and Jeremy are still very close together. When you hit that curve, you lose momentum. So he's fine. But he has lots of grunt on the straightaway. He'll be fine. See up ahead there, Andrew, and taking lots of looks on that Audi. Shaw takes a look. No, he didn't. Yep, everybody's fine in the corner. Let's see how it goes through this corner. Taking a similar line, we can get a peek at Shaw and Jeremy behind too. Both took similar lines going through. So very good. And looking down the line here, Hughes out there by himself. And then he's still got 3 seconds to catch up with the next guy. Richard shows a lap down. Let's see what he's Who's ahead of him? Mercedes. Doing the same lap. They're on the same lap. I hate to see a Porsche beat a Mercedes. Yeah, I think that's going to happen. I was saying I was on the Mercedes. It's pretty hard to hold on to the Mercedes in this next corner. So Richard should catch up a little bit. He should be able to take this corner tighter than Christian. Guys, but keep an eye on that one. The shot is still battling. These four cars are still battling with each other. Next version of these two corners is where sometimes all the action is. And let's see how this battle goes. Oh, Andrew's gonna get it. He got it to stick. No, he didn't. Very tight racing. Gonna take another look on this corner. Who's got the momentum here? Yeah, the Audi seems to be able to pull away a little bit here. Can he hold it on the high-speed corner? Very close together. The high-speed corner coming up here with the Porsche, maybe he'll be able to get the inside. Oh, sorry, the Aston Martin. Maybe he'll be able to get the inside. Power down. Oh, they both got the power down quite nicely. So who is that ahead of us? Oh, look at it. Stay away. Stay on this one for a little bit longer. I don't care who's ahead. Trying to chicane. Oh, this is a tough move. Tough move. Let's see the Audi. Very close. Let's back that one up from the Audi's point of view. No, sorry. Yeah, from the Audi's point of view. That would be the car ahead. This is the Audi. Let's watch. Oh, that corner was very tight. No, it didn't go off. But did he get the speed coming out of that chicane? Very fun racing here. I'm going to go back 5 seconds to watch that little. The Audi's got the outside line. Porsche got the Aston Martin's got the inside line and holds it. That was a 4-corner pass by Andrew quite nicely. See if he can hold it for a while. Outside, inside again. Andrew hold it. Will the driver do for the Audi? Audi's point of view. Again, he got passed, so don't get too anxious. Stick with your rhythm. Same thing for Andrew. I know you're ahead now, but okay, let's see if that one sticks. I'm going to see Jeremy is behind Richard Blome, so somehow Richard got ahead. McLaren versus BMW. Oh, come on in. There we go. Jeremy is going to make that stick. Watch it for a second. We'll go back and look at the overhead view. Oh, it's neck and neck. Let's go back 5 seconds and watch that one. So Jeremy just got some momentum coming around this corner. The shot went a little wide. Jeremy got the inside. And now he's got the inside corner. But McLaren, that's better of him at that point. the chicane. Okay. Benny, I think, had some problems here a little bit. Go back a little bit. He was ahead of behind Richard. Did he have trouble? Yes, let's just watch to see what happened with Benny here. Richard got ahead of him, or quite a bit ahead of him later. Richard. Oh, that was not the battle I was thinking of. Okay, let's go back to here. And Jeremy. This is where we were. Jeremy had the inside, but then Richard got ahead. Attempt on this corner. It's just going to be nice and smooth. Let's see what battles we have going. Mr. Ambro is out here by himself. What happened to Mr. Larson? Mr. Larson is really back here. Somewhere along the lines, we are going to have to go back and find, oh, it's way back here. Okay, why is that lap 16 about a quarter of the way through? Let's see what happened to Mr. Larson. He was thick in the battle. We'll go back a few more seconds here. From his point of view. So he's in the battle with Andrew, as he's been in the battle all day long. And just follow along here, see what happened. Something disastrous happened. Off the track there a little bit. It's gonna get you unsettled. He gets passed by Benny. Wide. He's got momentum. Oh no, this is what happened. Benny and him got together, and when your windscreen looks that bad, you've got some damage. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, let's go back and see what the real cause of that was by looking overhead. Back a few more seconds. That's an incident that ruined Johan's race. And Benny's too, probably. Certainly Johan's, because he's got big time damage. Ooh, there's a bit of weaving going on there. I don't know how that's going to be judged, but caused a few problems. Okay, we were in lap 16 here, so I'm sorry about that. So glad I went back to see that. It was a one that caused a lot of problems, including, I think, Hugh. I thought I saw a Camaro get involved in that. Okay, so let's go. We're back at lap 16 here. Let's see where everybody ended up in the standings. Well, Don is our top guy. He's out here in 8th place, not being pressured by anybody. Lee Ellis is here, not being too pressured. Let's see who is around him. He is 9 seconds behind the next guy. Andrew is 2 seconds behind, so they're fairly close together. We'll have to watch that little battle. It might end up, Andrew might catch in. Next is Richard Coulomb, with Andrew not too far behind. or Jeremy, I should say, not too far behind. Christian's not one of our boys. McKay is 5 seconds behind him. Christian's pressuring Jeremy a little bit. Benny is second or so behind Richard. He was 12 seconds behind that. He got hammered, I know, by that, or got affected by that business we were looking at earlier, I should say. So, where do we start watching here? Let's try on board with Christian. Ooh, especially since let's back up a little bit here. Especially since he is pressuring my buddy Jeremy. Let's back up a little bit more through this big turn. Impressed that the Mercedes was able to do that on the BMW. There's Jeremy. It should be a battle because I know that I had a hard time keeping that Mercedes on the straight and narrow. So let's see if Jeremy can take advantage of better handling. There you go. See, that's the kind of trouble I had with the Mercedes. If you walk on those high-speed corners, if you just missed your point by a little bit, you went wide, and I just couldn't keep it on the track. So Christian had the same problem there. Jeremy took advantage of it. Jeremy's a second behind Shaw, so you can see the shot up there in the distance. And they've had their battle today. Still got about a quarter of the race to go. I'll speed things up here. If there aren't too many close battles, I'll skip ahead. Shot up ahead here on our buddy and the friend in the Audi. And Andrew is catching up to the Ginetta, to leave. Well, maybe this is the closest battle we've got going in our little midfield group. Let's see if Andrew makes some headway on the Ginetta. Seems to be. Ninth place in the Group 2, and Lee is in 16th place. So Lee's getting a bit of an advantage here in terms of the points. I see Johan is. Oh, there we go. Lee took her wide. He went wide there, although he's staying with it. He's not going to keep it, not going to hold it. Let's go back. I'm not going to go back. Try to get this race finished here. You just see that Lee went wide, and Andrew took advantage of that. Now we have a Lee. We've seen the back of this Andrew car quite a bit. It's now Lee and a Ginetta that's following him, so let's see how the Ginetta keeps pace with Andrew. Yes, looking down the line here, Christian is getting pressuring Jeremy a little bit. Let's take a quick peek at that little battle. Still a little bit behind. My favorite Mercedes there. Mercedes is up there. Oops, sorry, that's we're on board with Christian. Let's go back to Lee. post sure restricts his vision on the left-hand side, on the left-hand drive. This is the juiciest battle right now. Left-hand view. Sure. I love watching the driver view of the best. It's an indication of how exciting the driver is feeling. The overhead view seems to make it look a lot easier. We'll switch between this battle and Jeremy's battle, I think, is the best track for us. That Merc engine sure does sound pretty good though, doesn't it? This is the corner that we seem to have trouble on the Mercedes. It's quite nicely there, but can't get much more speed out of it than that. Jeremy sure feels pressure, I'm sure. Let's do see if I can find a rear wing. Nope, that was the rear wing. Find that rear wing again. Ah, find it. That's the rear wing and the driver ahead. Let's watch it from this view for a little bit. Is that even a half a car length? Pretty cool. I find this software so amazing that we can broadcast stuff like this. I'll broadcast, excuse me, yawning. Oh, that looked like Richard Coulombe's car. Let's watch to see if he ended up in trouble. Yes, he did. So, in the interests of our guys, let's just go back to that. Oh, it looks like Richard got disconnected because I can't go back to him. And the replay is not allowing me to touch get Richard. See now, looks like Richard dropped off the map. I hope he didn't. It'd be a shame if he had a connection problem and had to lose his race. Hey, took a peek. And it didn't stick. Oh, here we go. And we went wide. Oh boy, we gotta pause here and watch this action. Okay, let's go to Cinecam. Back up a bit. Let's make sure we got the right driver. That would be Jeremy. Back up some more. Okay, so this is the start of it all. Maybe you can go back a little further. And watch. So, Christian took a look. A couple of looks. Oh, Jeremy just went wide and lost it. That's unfortunate. It's got to be a racing incident because Jeremy really didn't have control of his car. And I'm sure Jeremy's going to slow down here and let Christian come back. Maybe let him come back right here. He knows it was Jeremy knows it was his fault. Okay, so that's what happened there. Okay, so what have we got here in terms of Lee and oh yeah, let's get back to our Lee and Andrew. Lee and Andrew battle. I'm not quite sure who is ahead of Andrew. Let me take a quick look. That is Eric. He's got the corner. Is he going to be able to make it stick? Yeah. Nope. Good driving there. The Aston Martin kept the grip. Very good battle. I'm just disturbed by this post so much. He's driving on the edge there. He's having to overcorrect or correct on oversteer. Driving in this part. Look at how close it looks with Amro trying to get past Eric's Porsche. It hurts. He fell down a little bit there. Quite smooth through that chicane. Very smooth, over-correcting, or needing to correct this oversteer. As we following a little bit behind, though, he's not. He is. He's gone wide, or a different line at least. Just a different line. Stayed about the same distance. That Aston Martin's engine here sounds a lot like the Mercedes. Slow it out just slightly here. Richard McKay is caught up with Benny. We've got another battle going on amongst our boys. And Richard, I apologize, I don't have his standings. Benny is in Group 3 in 5th place, but he's going to climb up the board quite a bit because there's no other Group 3 drivers today. And I'm in 1st place only because I've been in lots of races. I retired at this point, just sitting in the lap so I can get the in the pits here so I can get the replay. Porsche. Two horse battles here. It's pressuring Benny quite a bit. Richard and I raced together on Thursday nights. We had great on the Polar Region server. We had the BMW / horse battles in GT3. Richard, as you may remember, on some other ride. Oh, Benny went a little wide. As you may remember, is in the same town as I am, and we're gonna. Richard, we gotta get together for a coffee sometime soon. You know, on the Discord for Polar Region, I put up that I'm thinking of upgrading to a DD1 Fanatec system, and I had to confess that I'm giving consideration to the Porsche GT3 Endurance Cup setup for a steering wheel. But maybe I'll put a BMW decal over it. All right, well, let's lengthened out a little bit. Let's go back to our other battle. Lee and Amro, Mr. Amro. It's still going on. Getting low. Getting close to the end of the race here. So we'll be very careful watching these battles. Nice. Richard, how's Richard doing? He's a little bit behind, so let's stick with Lee and Andrew. They're knowing that it's getting close to the end of the race here. The next lap. So Lee is behind Andrew in the standings a little bit. As I said before, Lee is 16th in the standings in Group 2, and Andrew is in 9th. So I don't know if it's just competitive juices here making Lee keep it going, or if he's actually going for a few points in the standings. Well, he slid a little bit, controlled it. Getting to the last corners here. Let's see if Lee pushes into the metal. He's a little bit behind. How's Richard doing? Oh, Richard is now quite a bit. Richard is quite a bit behind Benny or not, but anyway, we'll stick with this battle right to the end. Oh, Lee's just got right on the edge there. He's having to overcorrect, or correct, I should say. I'll back up to see what happened with Richard and Benny on this last half lap later. Looks like this position's going to stay the same. Don Queen finished in 8th place. Didn't get very much airtime, Don, but you're too far ahead of everybody else. And there we go. This is where it finishes. And let's see how Richard and Benny. They're already in. Oh, they must have been a lap behind. But I'm going to go back on okay, and see how his last lap went. Respect Benny. Who is ahead? Oh, he got stuck up in the. Is Benny. Backwards on here. Something must have happened to Richard. Did he run out of fuel? I think he ran out of fuel. I'm not seeing on my screen here. Oh, this is Jason. What am I talking about? Go back to Richard. I'll screw it up. This is Richard. Just can't seem to figure out who is ahead of Richard. Shows him a second and a half behind Benny. These are front runners. This is it. Finishing. Is this over for his race? I'm gonna give up in that sense. So thanks very much for watching, and apologize for the broadcasting amateurness. It's just very difficult to keep track of who's who in these replay modes, but I'm hoping that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon.